Welcome back, hockey card fans. Hockey Night in Belmont is here. I went to a London Card Expo at Centennial HAll. They've been having about one a month lately, and it's interesting to go. I'm looking for old hockey cards plus records, and this time around I didn't find a lot of hockey cards. There was just mostly modern day hockey cards from the 2000s, which I'm not really interested in. But I did find two vendors and did get some cards. So I got a lot of cards for $20, which was a deal because a lot of them were listed for $4 each. But I just said, hey, how much do you want for these cards? He said 20 bucks. Good enough. So let's check it out. First up, we're going to go with the 1975 O-PEE-CHEE cards. And starting off with the Cincinnati Stingers defenseman John Hughes. No, he's not the guy who directed Ferris Bueller's Day Off. This is his rookie card. He has one other card in the next series, but he played mostly in the WHA for Phoenix Roadrunners, then went to the Cincinnati Stingers, Houston Aeros, and finally split time between Edmonton and Indianapolis in '79. Did make it back to the NHL and played 52 games with the Canucks and 18 games with Edmonton in '80-81, as well as 3 playoff games with the Rangers in '81. Moving along, we got San Diego Mariners defenseman, first team All-Star and rookie card, Kevin Morrison. He spent the majority of his career with the WHA, with the New York Golden Blaze and New Jersey Knights. 4 years with the Mariners. Then he went to the Indianapolis Racers, and then finally Quebec Nordiques. He did get back up to the NHL and played 41 games with the Colorado Rockies in '79-80. Next up, we get Houston Aeros defenseman, second team All-Star Paul Popiel. I have his card when he played for other teams in the NHL, and also his last WHA card. He played with the Vancouver Canucks, Detroit Red Wings, LA Kings, and Boston Bruins. I know I have his Vancouver Canucks cards. Spent 6 seasons with Houston, and then when they jumped to the NHL, he played 10 games with the Oilers. Cleveland Crusaders center Ron Ward. So no, it says $4 there, so that's part of it. All these cards were $4 for the WHA cards if I bought them standing alone. He actually played for the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Vancouver Canucks before jumping to the New York Raiders. Played for the Raiders, the Blazers. 1973-74 he went to the Blazers, the Sharks, and the Crusaders all in 1 year. And then in 76-77 he went to the Cowboys, the Jets, and the Fighting Saints all in the same year. So he bounced around quite a bit. Played for a lot of unstable teams. Next we got Ottawa Civics left winger Bob Liddington, rookie card. Guy I don't know much about. This is his only card. He also played for the Leafs in 70-71, 11 games. Then jumped to the W, played for the Chicago Cougars. Chicago folded and relocated to Denver. Didn't do it, so they went to Ottawa Civics. They also folded, I believe, and he played for the Houston Aeros that year. Then he played one more with the Phoenix Roadrunners. So didn't play for the most stable franchises. You'll find that a lot of Toronto Maple Leaf players jumped to the W. So that's it for the WHA cards. I don't remember collecting this set. So this came out in 1975. I would have been 4 years old. My parents did sell hockey cards in their restaurant, but I don't remember these ones. So the WHA cards might not have been popular yet. Not in my hometown. At least I don't remember seeing them. It's the next 2 years, the last 2 years of WHA that I really remember. But I like the cards are in fairly good shape. When I went to St. Jacobs Market one time, I saw all these cards were actually someone had spent the time and money to grade them. I'm like, I wouldn't do that with these cards. Not for common cards. Alright, going to a different set now. We are going to the 1972 O-PEE-CHEE NHL set. Philadelphia Flyers goalie, rookie card, Michel Bellemare. He had been a 4th round pick, 40th overall in the '69 draft by Philly. Played 23 games with them in 72-73, so he actually was given a card with no stats. The NHL O-PEE-CHEE did that in the early '70s. Guy Lafleur is another example of a player who got a rookie card before he even played. Unfortunately, he was part of the, in '74 he was part of the expansion draft of Washington. So he played a season in Washington where it was brutal. He didn't win a game. He lost 24, tied 3. And then he played 7 more games with Washington and only didn't win, lost 5, tied 1. So going from a good team in Philly where he was 9-7-3 to a brutal expansion team didn't help him. He never made it back to the NHL. I do have his Washington cards though. And here's a name everyone should know. Left winger, Toronto Maple Leafs, Paul Henderson. This is for the 1971 set. Card's not in bad shape. It says $5 on it. But like I said, I got all these cards for $20. Henderson would spend some more time with the Leafs before jumping to the W, play for the Toros and the Bulls. Did make it back to the NHL with the Flames though. 30 games in 1980. I have several of his cards, including his WHA cards. Next up, we have Toronto Maple Leafs goalie Wayne Thomas. This one's listed for $1. This is from the 1974 O-PEE-CHEE set. He had been with Montreal Canadiens, but then he sat out a year. He wasn't getting playing time behind Dryden. So he sat out and they traded him to Toronto. He had played 10 games in 1972-73, but didn't get his name on the cup that year. Didn't play enough games, which kind of sucks. So he was the odd guy out because they had Michel Placé as their second goalie, and then they later on got Michel Larocque. So it was a crowded crease with Wayne Thomas. Same situation had happened with Phil Meyer and Rogie Vachon with Ken Dryden coming up. And finally, I have from the 1977 O-PEE-CHEE set, Cleveland Barons goalie Gary Edwards, who played for the LA Kings for a lot of years. Another $1 card. I already have this card, unfortunately, which sucks. I couldn't remember if I had it or not. It's one of the things, if I don't, so many hockey cards, I can't remember everything I need. So I'll see if that one's better than the one I have and make the switch. But what can you do? It happens sometimes. You get doubles. So I got 9 cards for $20. Not bad, but the WHA cards are rare, and the 71 cards can also be expensive. You go to Heroes Cards and Comics, the common cards will cost $2.50 for these. Paul Henderson would probably fetch $5 there. And then moving on to another dealer, I only got 2 cards from this guy. Players CNC is the name on the hardcover. I'm not sure if that's their personal ones or something else. I talked to him for a bit. He also uses FCR, forensic card grading, or at least he has a lot of cards that were sent there. He knows about Fan of the Sport and the guy Marty who sends cards to FCR. He'd also seen my other video about my Gretzky card. We were talking about it, which is kind of cool. And I got a couple of cards for $12 from him. Now the first one I got was the 1978 O-PEE-CHEE set. Power play goal leaders with Mike Bossy, Phil Esposito, and Steve Shutt. Bossy had 25 power play goals. He had 50 goals that year and 25 of them were on the power play. This is Mike Bossy's rookie year. Unfortunately, I already have this card. I couldn't remember if I had it or not. See if this one's in better shape than the one I have. And then finally we have, for the 1988 O-PEE-CHEE set, New Jersey Devils right winger rookie Brendan Shanahan. This card I do need, and it completes my set. Now for these 2 cards I paid $12. It was originally $15, but I asked for $12. Mainly because I asked that because I wasn't sure if I had this one already. And it's not graded, so. But I looked on eBay and I saw a Brendan Shanahan for $11. It's not bad. The card's in good shape. This edge is rough where they cut it. But other than that, these corners are pretty good. I actually might send this for grading. It'd be worth a lot more. So there we have it. 11 cards from the London Collectables Expo. I could have bought more, but I just bought a whole bunch from St. Jacobs Card Markets. And there wasn't a lot of O-PEE-CHEE that I was looking for. And I was very careful. There was a lot of tops mixed in. I didn't want any Topps cards. So any hockey cards enthusiasts, let me know what you guys are collecting and what's your favorite year. Love to know. Until next time, this has been Hockey Night in Belmont.